So let's get started with our quotes from the universe and from Abraham. Let's see, of course, as always, what the universe and Abraham have in store for us today. First, from the universe. You only ever have to do what you're capable of doing because by design, no matter how things appear, you'll always have enough time to do it. You'll do even better than you thought, and life will get even richer than you imagined. Chicka-boom, the universe. We love our quotes from Mike Dooley in the universe. I love how playful our quotes from the universe are, because I think just it's really, really important to remember that it's always fun to play with life. And no matter where we are in life, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, we can always find ways to play. Ooh, welcome to the Facebook live stream, Jane. Hope you had a good workshop this past weekend. She had a wonderful book writing workshop this past weekend. So this quote from the universe, that we're only ever have to do what we're capable of doing. That sometimes people say, isn't this common sense? And I always like to say, well, if sense was so common, more people would have it. So it's like we need these little reminders, sometimes, especially, and I really understand why, because so many of us come from this place of not feeling good enough, of not feeling deserving, of not feeling worthy, of not feeling really like we matter in life. So we always feel like, oh, I've got to do more than I can do. I've got to give 110%, right? How many times have you heard people say, oh, I got to give 110%? No, you don't have to give 110%. As a matter of fact, if you give 100% all the time, you're going to deplete yourself. I believe our guest is here. So you want to give what you're capable of giving. You do what you're capable of doing, and then the rest you save for yourself. Because if we give too much, if we give from a sense of lack, if we're not giving from an overflowing cup, it only it depletes us, pulls us down, and really then we're not able to give. We're not able to really show up in the best way possible. And so it's really, you want to keep in mind, it's like, yes, we have desires. Yes, we want to accomplish a lot of stuff. Look, I'm like the rest of you. I have 1,000,001 ideas. I want to get them all done. I want, I guess that's our guest coming up now. I want to write a book. I want to do this. I want to do workshops. I want to create courses. I want to do this. I want to do a great radio show every week. I do my healing work, my coaching work, my spiritual guidance, my ceremonial work. I want to do all of this. But I don't do it all in the same day. Most of the time, I don't even do it all in the same week. And when we learn that we can't always do everything all the time, that all we have to do is what we're capable of doing, then that's enough. That's all life is asking of us, is to just show up and do what we can do, not more than what we can do, not, going whole hog 150% and going crazy. That's not what life asks of us. Life asks of us to just show up, do what we're capable of doing, and, the rest will work itself out. So let's see what the quote is from Abraham today. When you acknowledge that you do not want, and then ask yourself, what is it that I do want? You begin a gradual shift into the telling of your new story into a much improved point of attraction. You get the essence of what you think about, whether you want it or not, because law of attraction is unerringly consistent. Therefore, you are never only telling the story of how it is now, you are also telling the future experience you are creating right now. Abraham. So what this quote is about really is, lots of times we talk about all the things that we don't want in our lives. We talk about, oh, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want to lose my relationships, I don't want my boss to fire me, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen. And when we keep focusing on these things that we don't want, we hold that image in our minds. We hold that energy, that vibration active in us. And when we do that, we're much more likely to kind of bring that into our lives. But when we focus on what it is that we really do want, and what we want does not have to be the way things are right now, but when we focus on it, when we talk about it, when we act as if it already is coming into existence, that's how we kind of bring it into our lives. And that's what Abraham is saying here, is that, we're never just telling the story of like, this is the truth, this is what's here right now. We tell the story of what we want, of what we want to create, of what we want to bring into our lives, of what we want to manifest, of in our relationships, our career, our spiritual path, of everything. So whenever we talk about it, and Abraham says this all the time, it's like, just because it's true is a lousy excuse to focus on it. Let's not just focus on what's happening right here, right now, but talk about where you want to take it. Where do you want things to go? Where do you want things to reside? Right? Your heart is broken, you're crying, you're hurt. Let's not focus on the hurt. Not saying you shouldn't feel your feelings. Of course you're going to feel your feelings. You need to feel your feelings. If you just stuff it down and ignore it, you're not doing yourself any good. But after that period of time of being present with your feelings, that those uncomfortable feelings are going to launch, as Abraham calls them, rockets of desire, as what do you do want? So let's not focus on what we don't want, but focus on what you do want. So now you've gone through whatever the experience was that broke your heart. It helps to clarify further what it is that we really do want in our lives. And then that helps us to bring that more into our life. That's what we focus on. That's what we talk about. That's what we give our attention to. That's where we're going. Right? That's the future we want to bring. So, 2 wonderful, wonderful quotes from the universe and from Abraham, delivered fresh to my inbox this morning. I hope you enjoyed them. And they're actually relatively apropos for what our topic is today.